Hello, beautiful people. It's yet another day for us to rub minds. And this time, we are going to talk about a topic that is not very common: unusual paranoia, you know, seeing ghosts and, like probably uh, UFOs. Now, I am coming from the angle of reality because I have had an encounter. Recently, I had the opportunity to meet and talk with someone. I can't remember his name, but he told me that the only intelligence is the human intelligence. That apart from that, there is no intelligence as far as facts and reality is concerned. Yes, but I argued that for the fact that we grew up with science and everything evolves about us humans and our achievements and what we know. Yes, for the fact that that is the reality as humans does not mean that the possibility of other intelligence is not there. There are a lot of people who have over time had near death experiences, and when you talk to them, when you get to interview them, they will tell you a lot of things. It may sound crazy, it may also sound scary, but that's the reality. And I have had such experience, a near death experience, which I will, tell you all shortly. But this is what I think. Is humans or are humans the only intelligence? I don't think so. The only thing is that we are yet to discover or uncover the truth behind this reality. Like, are we the only living organisms on Earth? Is Earth the only place that you have living organisms? I don't think it's true. We are millions of light years away from a lot of things. Now, let's come back to Earth. If you check the history of this world, you will find some amazing things that up till today, science has not been able to tell us how they came about. The pyramids of Egypt and some pyramids in South America, some structures that are beyond imagination. How did they come about? There is this city that is underwater somewhere in Asia. I can't remember the name. And scientists has over time been overwhelmed over how that was possible. Moving bricks from one end of the water to the other end of the water, that up to today there is no civilization there. There are no people there. How did it come about? Now that goes to show that as at the time these events happened, there were intelligence that are not humanoid. I mean, they were not human. We've also had cases, let's go religious now. In the Bible where they had encounters with spiritual beings. These are intelligence. Now it is we call it spiritual beings because they are not physical. But because they are not physical doesn't mean that they are non-existent. I have had an encounter twice with spiritual beings. I've seen a ghost, an aberration, call it whatever you like, but I saw it. I've also seen a dead relative. I was not the only one who saw that dead relative. My mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters, they all saw him. He was an uncle who passed away and we didn't know he was dead, but we saw him. Okay, some of you will say, okay, you didn't know what you saw, or probably you saw a demon. Demon is of a higher intelligence, if you agree that there are demons. But I did see something. Now, let me take you way down here in this country. 2 years ago, I had an encounter. I stepped out of my apartment just to take a walk around the estate. It was unusual. Sometimes I go around, I jog, I just jog
I
around,
can't believe what I just saw
you know.
today.
But
Just
this particular day, I got dressed up. I was not going anywhere. I just wanted to take a walk around the estate. On my way taking a walk around the estate, I was going towards the main gate where you have the security
I was walking around the estate
stand,
and I don't know, I just felt some
the
sensation.
entrance,
And then
which happens to be the exit to,
something
and the
just
main
moved
exit.
up in the sky. And I saw
Something just told me to
an
look
amazing
up
thing
to
in
the
my
sky,
life.
and then I looked
Something
up
I've
to the
not seen
sky. I
before.
saw
Sort of
something
light.
beyond imagination. Now, when people say
Sort of
they
cloud.
saw, they had,
Listen,
UFO encounters,
what I saw
extraterrestrial
was
encounters, and all of that, I used to doubt it. I used to say, even if they exist, you can't see them.
and it's not
But lo and behold,
imitation.
it was there before my very eyes.
I know what I saw. What I saw
An
was something
undescribable
playing a jet or a rocket. It was like
beauty of
the
a
light,
light from a craft.
very
Maybe
weird
it wanted me to see it.
blue light.
This happened within
It just
seconds, but it seemed like it was
just
a
faded.
day. I was
And then
stunned by its beauty, like it was dragging, like
and
my
it's
energy
trying
was,
to go. It's
I was gazing at
you know how
this thing.
rockets go.
It was up
It's
in the
real
sky.
speed.
It was not a plane. It was,
You know,
because it moved
not even
with
a jet. It's
an
just moving in the sky.
unidentifiable
I
speed
was looking at it and
and
then
then
it just
halted.
disappeared.
And
And
this
I'm
light was just glowing
I'm
around it.
serious and
I
I'm
knew
sort of terrified of
something was
what I'm
there.
saying. And I'm
I
wondering if
was,
anybody saw what I saw.
I stood there looking at this
I
thing.
wonder if anybody
I
saw
didn't
it
even,
actually.
I mean, it was like it's forever, but it was just a snap of seconds.
I
I
wonder.
was just gazing at this thing, and then I heard some very weird, strange sound. You know, like as if this thing is communicating with me. It is far up in the sky, but I could see it with this weird blue, green, yellowish. Like some kind of colors. And then all of a sudden, zip, it is gone. It was gone. And then I got my senses back, and then I looked around. Everybody was up. The security guard, they were just there. There was everybody, people were walking, and I was like, did these people see what I saw? you know I didn't want to bother myself asking people, because they speak Turkish here, so I'm not good at Turkish. So I was like, what just happened? And then I turned back, and I was filled with this, I don't know, it wasn't rage, but I was scared. I was very scared. And I said to myself, what just happened? And then I realized that I went straight back home. I made a video that very day. I was with my phone. I made a video, not of the object, because I didn't even think about that. So when I got home, instantly I went on my computer and I started doing some research, a sharp one. I described the lights that I saw and how I saw it, and then I started getting information that what I actually saw was an unidentified flying object, a UFO, an extraterrestrial activity that probably wanted me to see it. And 2 days later, I fell sick. I felt really sick, and I was taken to the hospital. I did all tests. The only thing that they noticed with me was that my blood pressure was extremely high. My blood pressure was about 200 and something over 120 something. A normal blood pressure was supposed to be 120 over 80, right? But mine was about 200 and something over 120. Yeah. And then that was the first thing they did. And then the hospital, I did all the tests, all manners of tests. I am not joking, guys. This is the truth. And probably it's the first time I am going this length about this story. I did all manner of tests, and they couldn't find anything wrong with me. Yes. I only control my blood pressure, and then within months it's got stabilized. But whatever I saw that day wasn't human, and it's of a higher energy, of a higher intelligence. And so when people tell me that the only intelligence here on earth or elsewhere is the human intelligence, I say no. And when people say there is nothing like extraterrestrials, there are no aliens, I tell them no. When people say there are no ghosts, there are no beings, there are no, look, guys, we are living in a parallel world. You may believe this or you may not, but this is the truth. I don't know how to convince you, but here I am telling my story. The question is, what is your story? And if you are out there and you're watching and you have answers to all these questions in this story, please let me know. Thank you and God bless you.